I'm absolutely scratching my head. Today is what, Monday the 14th of October. I went to bed last night and this guy here, Pokemon 151 Charizard, it said like it was it recently got up to like 170 bucks or something like that. I went to bed. It was at like something like that. I don't know. I woke up today and I go to work and I was like, I just go check on that because I'm expecting, the numbers to stabilize. Uh, and then I see that it was at, if I'm not mistaken, it was at 208 overnight. It went from like 170 to 208. It's been doing these crazy gains, and I went on like TCG Player, and I'm seeing a little bit of that manipulation and stuff. But see this right here. This is a PSA 9 right here. PSA 9 looks beautiful. I can see why it's a 9. There's a couple little white spots on the back, on the corners. But I've been watching, I started watching the listings today. I started clicking on, and so I seen a raw sell for 190. I seen another raw sell for 240, but the description on that one was that it was super minty. And when I looked, all the corners on the back looked good. One had the like slightest little piece of white, which you still could get a 10 because I do have a couple cards that do have 10s like that with just one corner, not 3 or 4 corners or 2 corners, just one little tiny white speck. So and then a PSA 9 had just sold right now, finished in the last few hours on eBay at 225 plus like 4.99 to ship it. 225. I paid 120 for this on the 9th of last month. So we ordered this like a little bit over a month ago, paid the 120 plus I think $2 or $3 to ship it or something like that. But all of a sudden this card has gone nuclear. It's just I don't know what's going on with 151. Anytime I see the products in the store or on Walmart's website or Target or wherever, if I can get them for retail, I get them because everything's over retail now. There's not one 151 product that is at retail or less. They're all like 40% over retail, 50% over retail. So if you see this stuff at the store, just grab it. I mean, I missed. I don't know why. I was walking through my Target. I had to get some paper goods or something like that, and I walk out the Pokemon section right in the front. I walk right past it, and I see 2 of those binder collections. Those are going for like $29.99 at Target. Those are sitting at like 60 bucks almost. So it's like almost like double. I mean, like I said, everything's like 40 to 50% higher than the retail. I don't think the UPC. It might be because it's a 119. What is that, 119, and then they're now up at 190 for the UP, or 175. So that's probably a little less than 40%, but that's still pretty good right there. So yeah, I don't know. This Charizard just all of a sudden got ridiculously crazy in price, and in person, I mean, before we got this card, the Charizard looked small to me, but once we got it in hand, it's like, you know what, the Charizard actually does take up a nice little amount of space on the card right there. I mean, maybe not look like it, but it's a very good looking card once you have it in hand. And so I could see why it is already, now it has become it's almost like up there with the Greninjas. What, $30 away from the Greninja now, because the Greninja's at what, like 260 something now. So $35 away from that. I don't know what's going on. I know there's market manipulation going on because there are some sales of this at 300 on TCG Player. There's none on eBay at 300. Pokédata still has it at 167, but they'll probably adjust the prices soon because of the eBay sales, not the TCG Player sales. I'm not sure. But yeah, no, we're getting eBay sales of this card. And yesterday there was 170, 187, and now today there's 190. I think there was a couple at 199 for raw ones, and then so to see a PSA 9 selling for 225, this was within the last few hours on eBay. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if these are going to be realized sales, because sometimes I've had that where I sell a lot of stuff on eBay, and I was selling a pair of Dunks. I had 2 or 3 pairs of those white gum SP Dunks and I was selling them, and they were supposed to sell for maybe 180 to 200. I'd be happy with 200. 180 was going to make me a little bit of lunch money. 200 was like, okay, cool. Those shoes went up to like 400. I actually stopped the auction because I think there was 2 guys having a pissing contest and ran it up to 400, and those shoes they were worth like 180, 190, 200 or something like that. And so I had to stop the auction. So again, not a realized sale on that situation for a pair of shoes to go up to 400. And then after, you know, I relisted it, the guy who was at like 400 is like, hey, why did you stop that? I was gonna pay. No, you weren't. That guy was not gonna pay $400 for a $200 pair of shoes. I'm not dumb. I wasn't born yesterday. So I get a lot of that, those kind of issues on eBay. People know that they don't have to buy. They could bid it to $1,000,000. They don't have to buy it. They'll just because they don't want to lose, you know. So some sales might not be realized. Some sales could be like definitely manipulated, or a seller listing it at 300 and then buying it from another account of their own and acting like the transaction. They'll just have to pay that little transaction fee, but in the end it raises the price of all their cards. So now, you know, maybe they have 10 or 20 of them and they want to raise the price of all of them. Well, let's make a few sales at 300, pay those sale fees, and then list the rest of those and make a bunch of money. I mean, I that could be happening, but to see eBay sales almost matching that price, or actually matching, it's getting there. This set's a year old, and the reprint, supposed reprint, is trickling in like leftover stock, not like a real reprint. And this store gets that, and this store gets that, and that website gets this, and so I don't know what's going on. The 151 booster bundles, I do believe that was probably a reprint, because not only did like Walmart get them, Best Buy got them, but shops like Game Nerds and I forget what other, some of those bigger online retailer shops got them. So they were selling cases too. So but yeah, absolutely has gone bonkers, nuclear, whatever you want to call it. The Charizard from 151, what's this? Charizard is number 199 from 151. Absolutely going insane right now. Glad we picked it up a month ago. So all right, I just had to post that little rant about that, because it's just, I'm seeing too much craziness with this card. But it is a beautiful card, and if you don't have it in your collection, the Japanese ones have now jumped from like 90 to 150 on TCG Player. So maybe you can try to get one of the Japanese ones at 90 before people start raising the price because of this one here. But all right, that's the end of my video. I'm out. Have a good night, everybody.